In America, this is going to be a very big deal. And this Jaguar Land Rover is owned by Tata. The Americans willingly gave that money to the Chinese. They willingly gave that technology to the Chinese. They willingly did transfer of technology to the Chinese. You should not prefer to work with dictatorships like China. China is just a richer version of North Korea. Jai friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the Chanakya Dialogues English. Like this video, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. We've been talking about supply chains and how supply chains are impacting the world. We've also spoken about supply chain resilience. And Aatmanirbhar Bharat is all about supply chain resilience and how to build up your own manufacturing base and not be reliant on the world. But ladies and gentlemen, a global supply chain is a reality and it's not so easy. These things are easier said than done. When I'm saying that, even if we, as an Indian, if I feel that there is everything that I can do, perhaps not. Because a lot of this stuff will involve rare earth materials. They will involve stuff that is not found in India. Manufacturing, maybe I can take care of. Manufacturing, I can take care of. Maybe I can manufacture everything in India. But what if I need a raw material for that manufacturing, which is not available in India at all? So I'll probably have to import it. I mean, this is how it works. And maximum indigenization is what we should seek. Absolute indigenization, in some things, yes. In all things, perhaps a little difficult. But, there should be a sense of morality about it. Now, a US Senate committee report says that BMW, Jaguar Land Rover, and Volkswagen. So, three companies they're talking about. BMW, Jaguar Land Rover, and Volkswagen. These companies have been supplied with either equipment or parts, and they are very detailed, this report, about what parts have been supplied from Chinese companies that are using Uyghur forced labor. This is exactly what I'm trying to say. Supply chains are spread across the world. Even in this case, like let's look at these spectacles that I wear. I don't know where the screw is coming from, right? Or where this clasp is coming from, or where the frame is coming from, or so it's spread out across the world. And this is exactly what is happening with these car manufacturers, and they tend to look not so deep. You're getting things at a price, you're getting things at a certain quality, and you are getting things on time. And that is all what businesses care about. Because finally, there are a lot of businesses. Of course, there are businesses which care about ethics, but 90% of the businesses will say that my ultimate loyalty is to my shareholders. If the shareholders are making money, I'm happy. And that is the whole idea of business. So, the Senate Committee of the United States of America in this case says that you're violating law. And which law is this? Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this is Uyghur Forced Labor Prevention Act 2021. So, in America, there is a Uyghur Forced Labor Prevention Act, bans products made with forced labor from Xinjiang. The US government has termed China's actions in Xinjiang as genocide, while China claims these are anti-terrorism efforts. Now, the Senate Committee's perspective. Now, this Senate Committee has said that these brands, BMW, Land Rover, Jaguar, and Volkswagen. Senator Ron Wyden criticized automakers for inadequate self-policing and called for stricter enforcement by Customs and Border Protection. He highlighted the failure of large companies to detect forced labor in their supply chains. So this is what Senator Ron Wyden said. Now, this is going to be a big deal. In America, this is going to be a very big deal. And I would also request, and friends, this Jaguar Land Rover is owned by Tata. It's owned by our Tata. It might be an international brand. It might have manufacturing in the UK, parts coming from China, parts coming from the US. But this is a Desi brand because now it is owned by Tata. And Tata is a Desi company. It's a local company. It's an Indian company. So my friends, what the Tatas do in terms of corporate governance, in terms of corporate ethics, is something that comes top down from the Tatas to the other companies, and other companies emulate Tata standards. That is how it is in India. And it's surprising for me that the name of Jaguar Land Rover is here in the list. And The automakers' commitment is all implicated companies stated their commitment to human rights and preventing forced labor. This investigation highlights the need for rigorous supply chain scrutiny and the importance of complying with laws aimed at preventing human rights abuses. Now, there are a couple of things. Friends, I understand this need for human rights and I support it. And there is nothing more important. Business without ethics, I think then it's like piracy. There should be ethics in business. But I want to go a little beyond simply, talking about supply chains or which Chinese manufacturer used forced labor and who did not use forced labor. I think it needs to go a little beyond that. And today I'm going to give you my views on this. See, essentially, democracies need to deal with democracies. There should be, this is what I feel, and all of us, including India, I'm not saying that we are perfect or our system of governance is perfect. No, we have a lot of faults which we need to improve upon. All I'm saying is that democracy, if you're a democracy, you should prefer to work with democracies. You should not prefer to work with dictatorships like China. China is just a richer version of North Korea. Right? So, here, what China did was, we have discussed this many a time, China took money from the United States and from Europe and became a really rich country in the past 40 years. They have trillions upon trillions of dollars. They became a rich country, and this money came from Europe, this money came from the United States of America. Because of contract manufacturing, because of IP theft, or whatever the Chinese do. But the fact is that the Americans willingly gave that money to the Chinese. They willingly gave that technology to the Chinese. They willingly did transfer of technology to the Chinese. They taught the Chinese how to make everything, and then they said, go make, we will buy from you. And this is where this problem comes. It's not about Uyghur Muslims being mistreated in Xinjiang. That is a problem. But it's not only, confined to that location. Don't make it geographical is what I'm saying. Of course, it is heartbreaking when Uyghur Muslims are mistreated here. 1.5 million in jail for the crime of being Muslim. What nonsense is this? But we have to move beyond it. We have to widen the scope. There is no democracy in China. Why are we dealing with China? Why are countries dealing with China? So, here is what I'm saying. I know it sounds a little fancy and I know it sounds a little utopian. But in my very small company, Chanakya Forum, I'm trying to do this. I try. I do not succeed 100%. But I have a 90% strike rate. You know what I do? When I have to buy stuff for the company, when I have to buy stuff for Chanakya Forum, anything, these lights, whatever. So I get a quotation, my team gives me a quotation, and my team they get a quotation from the internet, of course, or from a vendor. And there is one additional information that my team is required to put on that piece of paper and sign off. Country of origin of every equipment. Every equipment. If there is a camera that we are buying that is made in China, which costs 1.5 lakh rupees, it's a Chinese brand. And then there is a Japanese brand, which is 2.5 lakh rupees. We will go ahead and buy the Japanese brand. And for us, this gap of 1 lakh rupees is a lot. We are a very small company. And we need to be counting our pennies, as they say. We need to be very careful. But this is a call that we have taken, that we will not do it. Right? Is Chanakya Forum 100% clean as far as not taking Chinese goods? We are not there yet. We are not there yet. We still have some Chinese equipment here and there. But I think 80 to 90% we have cracked it. And my target is that by 2026, I want to have an office that has zero Chinese stuff. And this goes down even to stationery. We don't buy Chinese stationery, right? Nothing that is made in China after 2026. I mean, we are already at 80-90%, as I said. We are already there. And it will take some time. Even if we have to spend more money, I will ensure that nothing Chinese comes inside this office premises. I think this is the way you need to look at China. If I can do it, I mean, Jaguar Land Rover, this is Tata. BMW, Volkswagen, these are not small names. These are global brands. They should also do it. Democracies should deal with democracies. Let dictatorships deal with dictatorships. That is how it should be. Of course, there is national interest. But you should give priority. I'm not saying that suddenly today, stop dealing with China all of a sudden. It's not possible. The Indian economy is very closely interlinked with the Chinese economy. How can you say tomorrow I will not buy anything Chinese? I can do it as an individual for my company. Can I do it for the country? No. But every day we should be cognizant of this fact that we are building infrastructure. We are building supply chains. Okay? We are building supply chains every single day. Every single day should be an improvement. Okay. How many items are we importing from China? 10,000. For example, there is no 10,000. I'm just giving you an offhand figure. Let's say 10,000. My aim should be next year, 7,000. You're still importing 7,000, but you're importing 3,000 less. And after that, sir, only 4,000. Till the time, over a period of time, it becomes negligible. That is how you fight China. And that is how you ensure that wrong does not happen. Don't give your money to thieves and murderers like the Chinese Communist Party. That is what I want to say. Now for the question and answers, ladies and gentlemen. Karthik Subramaniam ji says, Namaste Gaurav ji, Namaste Karthik ji. With the sudden unexpected death of Iranian president, do you think there will be a major restructure in the regime? Could this possibly bring an end to Israel's proxy fight with Iran? What will be the fate of Chabar? So you asked me 3 questions. Major restructure in the regime? I don't think so. Yes, it will dent their succession plans, definitely. It will be a hard dent, but I think Iran will be able to manage because they have sham elections and it's all controlled by these crazy mad mullahs sitting on top. So one guy takes all the decisions. He is like the Xi Jinping of Iran. You know, this guy, whatever his name is. So he's like the Xi Jinping of Iran. So there isn't much democracy. So they'll just say, okay, from tomorrow you are the guy, and he'll be the guy. And these elections are internal. Even for Ibrahim Riasi's successor, within 50 days, now 48 or 49 days, the election is internal. It's not like the people are going out and voting for this guy. No, it's going to be internal elections. Parth Popat says in another old video, it said that USA should not mistake India for Pakistan. That will go to war for a few $1 million. It is not that I am saying that the Philippines will, but USA has moved on from the romancing idea of an Indian-China war on their terms. How do you see US activities around the Philippine Sea? No, it's not like that. See, it is not that the USA has stopped. It is that India is following a strategy of, or India has a policy of strategic autonomy, right? India says that yes, you know, the US and India have joint objectives. But everything that is a US objective can't be an Indian objective. And everything that is an Indian objective can't be a US objective. And in this journey forward, the US and India will come to a crossroads where we will disagree on certain things. There would be certain things that the US wants us to do as partners and we do not agree to do that. Or some things that we want the US to do and US says, no, sorry, we can't do it. And that's all right. You know, you can disagree. But for anybody to think that, you know, Indian foreign policy needs to be looking at the world through a US lens, I don't think that is about to happen. Strategic autonomy is what we've always followed, and we are not compromising on that. The third question is from Rahul Gandhi. Oh, I'm sorry, but it says Rahul Gandhi ka khoya dimag. I didn't say this. So all you Congress guys there, don't blame me. It's written right here. Rahul Gandhi ka khoya dimag. Kasa kai Major. I think this is Marathi. Absolutely fine. After the Irani Prime Minister's helicopter crash, I think the Irani leadership will definitely accuse Israel. What do you think? They are not accusing Israel. They are saying it's because of the weather. So no, they have not accused Israel as yet. But a lot of Iranians are on social media. You said that America is going to fight in Afghanistan. How will this affect India's relation with the Taliban? No, I don't think it will impact. It might impact Indian projects. But our relationship with the Taliban? No. And when I say America, America is not going to go back inside Afghanistan. You won't see American troops inside Afghanistan. They will use the Pakistanis to do it. So the Americans will pay money and the Pakistanis will do the dirty work. I don't think that in the near future, I don't know about 10 years from now or 5 years from now, but in the near future, I do not see the American boots on ground in Afghanistan. I don't see American boots on ground in Afghanistan. I could be wrong, and I've been wrong many a time before, but I don't see American boots on ground. What I see is enhanced Pakistani interference in Afghanistan and also in Iran, because the Americans will give money and the Pakistanis are happy to be sold. Thank you, Major. Love to see you laugh. And one recommendation, please fix your eyeglasses because its alignment is bent to one side. Okay. I hope it's okay now. All right? Okay. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this video. If you like this video, press the like button. Subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to press the bell icon. Jai Hind. Vande Mataram. Bharat Mata ki Jai.